This is just a real quick video, kind of giving you a little walk around on the Klarus RT20. It's an adjustable head flashlight. It's rechargeable. Takes an 18650 lithium ion battery, and comes with a micro USB cord, lanyard, deep carry clip. Comes with a 2600 milliamp protected battery. It's been rewrapped. It's a Samsung battery, and flat top. I used to have an AR-10, which is the predecessor to this. Loved it. The thing was indestructible. I lost it somewhere into the house. Hopefully I'll find it maybe someday. But this is the updated version of the AR-10, and if it's anything at all like the AR-10, this is a great flashlight. So I'll tell you right now, before you watch the little video here, if you're thinking about buying one, if you're a flashlight file or a flashaholic, whatever you want to call it, like I am, buy it. You're gonna love it. This is a great little flashlight. It's, I would say, as far as build quality and craftsmanship, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably an 8, a 7 plus, or an 8. It doesn't have the finish on it that some flashlights do. You know, the Army Tech Wizard has a real nice matte finish on it, and it doesn't quite have that good of a finish. It's a nice heavy duty finish. It's not a cheap aluminum alloy. It's a nice hard alloy. It's solid. It's not flimsy at all in your hands. It's a good flashlight. It's a quality. It's a high-end flashlight, definitely. There's no two ways about it. And the only thing I wish it had, I wish it had this diffused lens like the Wizard, because I like to use these in applications where I want more of a flood, you know, to see a larger area. It is a flood. They do an orange peel treatment on the lens of the RT20. It's not a smooth lens, reflector, but it does have more of a hot spot than, say, something with this TIR style diffused lens on this. The reflector does break it up pretty good on this. But anyway, here we'll open it up real quick here. Figure I'll give this about 10 minutes for this video. I don't want to take too long to upload. Real nice packaging. Gives you all your specs on here. Turbo mode is 1050 lumen. High mode is 410 lumen. Medium is 130. Low mode, which is, you know, moonlight, that's 10 lumen. The strobe flashes, it's a variable cycle strobe. It's at the full turbo mode, 1050, and SOS is at 130 lumen. And it claims that it'll run for 220 hours. Of course, that's on Firefly mode. And it's waterproof to the IPX8, which is one of the higher waterproof standards. Claims to be submersible down to 2 meters. And it, as I said, does come with a battery. Open it up here. You got your manual. Manual is completely in English, front and back. Everything on here is in English. It's got your features, specifications, your operation of the user interface, mode changes, mode memory function, strobe, SOS, lock function. You can lock out the switch on this so it won't accidentally fire in your pocket or backpack. And you depress the switch for 5 seconds until the light flashes twice, then it's locked. To unlock, you depress the switch 3 times in quick succession. So unlock it. Talks about the adjustable head feature, the battery indicator. You've got a little light here in the switch that is a multicolor indicator. Says green indicator 70 to 100% charge, orange 30 to 70, red less than 30. When power is less than 10%, the indicator light will illuminate red and flicker. So that's time to turn it off and charge it up at that point. And while you're charging it, it's red. The little indicator is red on here. After it's charged, it turns green. By the way, the charge current on this is a full amp. It's 1000 milliamps. That's kind of impressive. You know, a lot of stuff like this is a third to a half of an amp. This is a full 1 amp charge on this. You got safe usage and maintenance, warranty. It says here Klarus guarantees for 5 years. Hopefully I won't have to find that out. There was a version of the AR10 that had a shorter tube. The battery compartment, the battery tube section on this is actually removable. It's got threading on one end where the cap is and threading up here where it mounts to the body. So this area where the pocket clip mounts could actually be reversed so that you could reverse the pocket clip. And they did make a shorter version for a CR123 battery. So there are tubes out there that will fit this so that you could use a different style CR123 battery, but I don't want to do that. Anyway, it's the little guide. Lanyard through the body there. Charge port. This cap here, this rubber cap that covers the micro USB charge port is thick. I mean, that has got to be an eighth inch thick, and there's 2 raised areas. In other words, like a double seal here. There's one down at the bottom and then one by the top, and that goes down in there, and that really snaps in there solid. That's not one of those little superficial type of caps that is going to accidentally get flipped open or accidentally leak. I'm really impressed with that. That's a nice deep seal on that. The switch, I've always liked the switches on these, that you're not trying to press a little micro switch underneath the rubber cap. That switch on the surface there is what you're manipulating, and if you've got gloves on or your hands are cold and numb and you can't feel real good, you're gonna be able to work this switch on here. I've always liked that. Nice knurling on the body here. The body is completely smooth, except for the cap over the USB port here. So it would want to roll, but at one point the lanyard keeps it from rolling. At the other point, the pocket clip keeps it from rolling, and that pocket clip can be rotated all the way around the body. So if you've got the head of this articulated over at 90 degrees and you want to delay this in a direction, all you have to do is set this pocket clip where you want to keep it, and it's not going to roll. So, and furthermore, when that head is articulated, it can only do a 180 anyway, so it's not going to roll off a table on you anyway. So the fact that the body is round, I don't think is a bad thing. This fit on this articulating head here is really impressive. I mean, you can barely, if you look just right, you can see a little sliver of light in between there. I mean, this fit here where the head pivots is absolutely dead nuts on. Really, really impressive build on this. You can see the orange peel on the reflector there. Clear glass lens. There's no scratches whatsoever on the body here. It came in perfect shape. So pop it open here. Threads are lubricated. Not the smoothest threads I've ever felt. You got to pull this little safety, little piece of plastic in here. You got to pull off that keeps it from firing during shipment. Threads aren't the smoothest I've ever seen, but they are very thick, square cut threads. Very heavy, thick, square cut threads. There's no way in heck you're gonna strip this thing out. I mean, they're not little fine pointed threads that are going to get damaged and end up messing up on you. Very impressive. They could be smoother though, but the lubricant, I imagine, in time will help. The contact up in the body there at the head of the battery compartment is a gold-plated spring. Another gold-plated spring here in the base. O-ring seal at this point. There is another O-ring seal up here where the battery tube screws into the body. 2600 milliamp battery included, and it's a rewrap. If you look through here, you can see Samsung underneath here. It's an ICR chemistry battery, ICR 1850-26J. So that alone, I mean, what, that's at least what, a $5-6 battery. Let's get this cap back on here. Okay, we'll give it a click. Strobe, oscillating strobe. Kind of goes through 2 cycles there on the strobe. Got the SOS. Turbo. Medium high. There's Firefly. Oh, there we go. Turbo. Medium high. Medium. Firefly. There we go. That's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 values there for setting. And I don't know if we can see out here at all. There we go. All I've got is a little desk lamp here, a little itty bitty 5-watt desk lamp that I'm using. So this room, as you can see, was pitch black. And the Firefly, of course, that's for up close and personal, long-term sitting in the tent reading a magazine, a night light.